AirPods first generation. Released in December 2016, these were Apple's first true wireless earbuds, arriving shortly after the company removed the headphone jack from the iPhone 7. They used the original W1 chip, which allowed for quick pairing with Apple devices through a simple tap on the screen. Battery life was rated at around 5 hours per charge, with the charging case providing several additional charges throughout the day. The fit was a simple one-size design without ear tips, which worked well for some users and poorly for others depending on ear shape. What made them stand out at the time was less about audio quality and more about convenience. There were no wires to tangle, no buttons to fumble with, and the case itself became something of a cultural symbol, often spotted in pockets and on desks everywhere. Critics joked about the look, comparing them to electric toothbrush heads, but the product sold well regardless, setting the stage for an entirely new category of personal audio. AirPods second generation. Launched in March 2019, this update kept the same external design as the original but replaced the internal chip with the newer H1. The H1 chip brought faster connection switching between devices, lower latency for gaming, and support for hands-free Siri activation, meaning users could simply say the wake phrase without tapping anything. Battery life saw a modest improvement, and an optional wireless charging case became available alongside the standard one. Apple did not change the shape or fit at all, since the goal here was refinement rather than reinvention. This generation became especially popular as a more affordable entry point once newer models arrived later, often kept in Apple's lineup for years as a budget-friendly option. For many people, this was the version that made AirPods feel less like a novelty and more like an everyday accessory. AirPods Pro first generation. Introduced in October 2019, this was Apple's first major redesign of the AirPods concept. The biggest addition was active noise cancellation, achieved through outward and inward-facing microphones that measured ambient sound and cancelled it in real time. Silicone ear tips replaced the open design, creating a better seal for both noise isolation and improved bass response. Apple included a transparency mode as well, letting users hear their surroundings instantly without removing the earbuds, which proved useful for things like ordering coffee or hearing an announcement. The shorter stem and more ergonomic shape also made them sit more securely for a wider range of ear shapes. This model shifted the AirPods line from being a simple convenience product into a serious contender among premium wireless earbuds, competing more directly with high-end options from other audio companies. AirPods Max released in December 2020, this was Apple's entry into the over-ear headphone space, and it looked nothing like the rest of the lineup. Built with an aluminum frame, mesh-covered headband, and memory foam ear cushions, the design felt closer to a luxury audio product than a typical Apple accessory. It carried over the H1 chip from the AirPods Pro, along with adaptive EQ and noise cancellation, but applied to a much larger sound stage suited for over-ear listening. Battery life reached around 20 hours, respectable for the category, though the included case used a sleep-inducing smart folding design that drew some criticism for not fully powering the headphones off. The price point was notably higher than competitors, positioning it as a premium lifestyle product rather than a mass-market accessory. Despite mixed reactions to the price and case design, the audio quality and build received consistent praise, and it remained a niche but respected option within Apple's audio catalog for years without a direct successor. AirPods third generation. Arriving in October 2021, this model took design cues from the AirPods Pro while keeping the open-ear, tip-free fit of the original AirPods. The shorter stem and contoured shape were meant to improve stability without requiring silicone tips. Spatial audio support was included, allowing for a more immersive listening experience with compatible content, along with adaptive EQ that adjusted sound based on the fit of the earbuds and the ear. Sweat and water resistance were added for the first time in this open-style model, making it more suitable for workouts. Battery life improved as well, supported by a case capable of fast charging through a simple 5-minute boost for an hour of listening. This generation aimed to bridge the gap between the basic AirPods and the Pro line, offering several premium features without the added cost of noise cancellation hardware. AirPods Pro second generation. Released in September 2022, this update brought a significant leap in noise cancellation performance, reportedly twice as effective as the original Pro model. The new H2 chip enabled this improvement along with more refined adaptive transparency, which could now reduce loud environmental noises like construction sounds while still letting normal conversation through clearly. Touch controls were expanded to include volume adjustment by swiping along the stem, a feature many users had requested since the first Pro model only supported tap gestures. The charging case gained a built-in speaker for finding it through the Find My network, along with a lanyard loop and slightly improved battery life. Later in its life cycle, Apple updated this same model with a USB-C charging case, aligning it with the broader shift away from Lightning connectors across the company's product line. This version remained Apple's flagship earbud for an extended period, continuously refined through software updates that added features like conversation awareness and hearing health tools. AirPods 4th generation. Introduced in September 2024, this lineup replaced the 3rd generation and came in 2 variants for the first time within the standard AirPods name. The base model kept the open-ear design but introduced a more refined shape along with improved sound quality powered by a new acoustic architecture. The second variant added active noise cancellation to the open-ear style for the first time, a notable shift since noise cancellation had previously been reserved for the Pro line with its sealed ear tips. This was made possible partly through software-based noise cancellation algorithms working alongside the hardware, compensating for the lack of a tight seal. Both versions included USB-C charging cases and supported hands gestures, such as a head nod or shake to respond to Siri announcements. This generation blurred the line between the standard and Pro models more than any previous release, giving users noise cancellation without committing to an in-ear fit.